Well, here we are with episode 5 of the Bush Poppers Footy Show, the Sunday newsletter. And first topic, we're going to start with some bad news, get out of the way. Miriam Vale sending out some SOSs on Facebook.
Yeah, they've been posting over their social media over the last day or two that their club is majorly short of players. So anyone who's been involved in the NDRL, Miriam Vale have been around for a long time. I think it's their 100 year or 101 year. Something like that going on, and no, it is. It's their 100 year, so that's a bit unfortunate that it's their 100 year and they're going into this because they have had a lot of success in the NDRL. So they've put out the call that this Wednesday, 19th of March, help keep our club alive. It's your final chance to become a Magpie and keep our 100 year club in the NDRL comp. Yeah, so they are 100 years. It's probably 101 or 2 now. All players, new and old, must be at training on Wednesday, 19th of March, 6:30 at Gary Larson. The club is offering to pay all your regos, your insurance, and they're going to have some player game incentives. So they really are on the push for that. So if you're a local person around Miriam Vale or even, northward towards Gladstone or Agnes and you're not going to play for the Marlins or Calliope and you're a bit stuck in between, go and help them out. If you're someone that likes a bit of travel and permit, we've all done that. Jump on them because they are a really successful club and have helped keep the NDRL alive, I suppose, on comps not dropping from 5, 4, 3 teams. It's always good to have them in there. It'll be really sad if it comes to it that they're not going to be able to enter a team. So,
and they've always been competitive, whether or not they turn up at 12 or 11. Even the days when they turn up at 12, the first 20 minutes of each halves is competitive.
Yeah.
They run out of gas and you get some points on them, but end of the day, they're still turning up and they're still giving you a good go. You can never take them lightly.
Yeah.
So it'll be really unfortunate if they're not in the comp. Miriam Vale's got a really big rivalry with Childers.
Yeah, especially being quite successful last year, but we see this with clubs that go from really high to really low. So obviously there comes to a point sometimes though, if you're involved in a club, you can't just keep hoping. You need people to show up and you need them signed up and you need them turning up. You can't just enter the team and then you're pulling out halfway through the year or having to pay forfeit fines and that. So, well,
hopefully you fellas share this in all your group chats and you get some fellas to Jill sign. Even if you don't think you have the time, if you can only play 2 or 3 games, I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Jill sign and get up to Miriam Vale for some games. And some of those games, not every game's in Miriam Vale. Some of those games will be a lot closer to home than you think. So,
if your club's full and you still want a game somewhere else, jump on and help them out.
Get amongst it. But speaking of highs and lows of football...
Highs and lows, we go from one SOS to another one that we thought was going to be an
Avondale
SOS.
only a few weeks ago were in SOS alert, asking for players, and now they're getting numbers to training and they're looking strong. Their
training video that we reshared through the week, Tuesday or Thursday, heaps of players at training. So they're entered. So
it gives hope when you yell out and you ask for help. People listen. A lot of people, more people than you think, love your club, love their town.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's high hopes for Miriam Vale. Their fellas are going to get amongst that as well.
That's what Avondale look better. So hopefully that's on the up and up. And then same thing, Eidsvold. Short, pulled out of in double nines. That obviously I'm going to say was due to a player issue. That would probably be the reason why he pulled out after nominating. But Clarissa from the club has got back onto us. A couple of weeks ago we sent out that blanket message to all the clubs so we could get a bit of an insight to talk about these, and Clarissa's got back onto us. So hopefully next week on the wrap we'll be doing a wrap at Eidsvold, chatting to them, locking in a training date throughout the season. So again, back to the Miriam Vale. You go from one extreme to the other. It just takes a bit of push, I suppose.
It's hard to ask for help. You don't want to be begging people for help, but at the same time, if you need it, people turn up. That's what country rugby is all about.
Push comes to shove. If you're really pushing it, saying, look, we're pulling, there might be 10 blokes to go, righto, well, we actually were going to play. We just need to push. So, but that's good for Eidsvold, good for the Central Burnett. If they had pulled out, it wouldn't have changed the comp. Biggin would have really just replaced Eidsvold and it still would have been 4 teams. So,
and Avondale sticking around is going to be good, making a 17 comp.
So
means there'll be a few buys in amongst that. We won't have to do as much running around as we thought we'd have to. So that'll be really good.
Really good. So,
and in more recent news, last night, Wandai went down to Biggin. Went home with the Chockies in Biggin's first home game in 6.5 years. It was big stuff.
Big. Hence why I'm on the waters. Very big. It was such a fantastic day.
Pretty well the whole community came around. Everyone that you've seen around the club throughout the year.
Yeah.
The tens of volunteers that have been there throughout the year spreading
Yep.
sand.
Yep.
The field looked pretty good. The field's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Anyone that was there, the field's going to get better throughout the year with
I
that
think it
turf
held up
spreading
good.
out.
Yeah, looked good.
That sand held up really well. Yeah.
The bar packed.
Shoulder to shoulder.
God, it was so good. Everyone funneled in much between that 5 and 5:30. Like prior to that, leading up 5 o'clock, I'm going, shit, there's not many people here. And then everyone obviously just been at the pub till 5 and then wandered down, which is good field position. The pub's literally only a couple hundred metres. So, it was good to see everyone funneling in and filling up the bar. So,
Well, a lot of people were probably working Saturday, Brett.
yeah.
As we said, bigger
that's
are working
right.
down. Everyone probably was like, nah,
That's right.
I think a lot of people probably just took a bit of time off to get to the game because every time I looked over the sideline,
Yeah.
bar was shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah. So,
You did a fantastic job on the MC, on the microphone with the equipment you were given.
yeah. More louder speakers needed next time. But yeah, really good. Hopefully get to do it again at other home games to come. But bit of a trial wrap up because you just played quarters, 20-minute quarters yesterday. After the first quarter, Wandai were up 4-0.
10-0.
No, 4.
Are you sure?
Half time was 10-all. 4-0. 4-0
Okay,
was first
okay.
quarter time. It was just one try. It was really just back to back. And then second quarter, 10-all, which is half time. So half time was 10-all.
Third quarter blew out.
Third quarter, Bigoton were up
20.
18,
We scored 2 tries in the third quarter. We did both.
20 to 18, I think was the third quarter
we got
time.
up by 2, yeah.
Up by 2, 20 to 18 to Bigoton, and then full time blew out 36-32. So very much
32 or
Yeah.
34?
32.
32.
36-32, very much an attacking, I'd say,
You got
I wouldn't say an attacking game because the defence was absolutely unreal. But, yeah, it's very tit for tat.
you really got to see the two sides of rugby league where
Yeah.
Wandai don't exactly have the biggest pack, but they're rather fit up the guts, and we have a really large pack. So I feel like for 90% of that game we dominated the middle third, but
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
there was many times there where if we took our foot off the pedal just the littlest bit, and they got that Danny Alberts there come back, a couple
Well,
of other
those
really
two
good
tries,
halves.
those 2 tries that he scored on that sideline was just show and go. Made
Yeah,
him look
just-
made him look a bit silly on that edge.
He's been throwing that dummy since he was 18.
Yeah.
I don't know. People still fall.
From the box we were announcing, as soon as he hit on that right edge, you just went, oh, for fuck's sake, yep, he's going to dummy, and gone.
But
He nearly got that chip and chase through. As soon as he chipped it, I straight away went on the phone to update the score. I was like, for fuck's sake, he's actually going to score.
he scored this already, yeah.
Didn't get that one, but
yeah,
he was pretty damaging on that edge.
both teams put in really hard. They both had a lot of new blood. We were obviously not going to make any excuses, but we had our chances to win it. Wandai had their chances to
Yeah,
lose
that's
it.
right.
And
I think both teams were in the position, both of you had players out. Both of you had people playing that probably won't play all the time. Like you had that coach Luke Hedges had to play, Marty Holding stopped into play, Thomas McDowell, who was only running water, played.
Matty Curtis said he was only going to play
Exactly,
centre.
Matty
He
Curtis
just jumped in
wasn't
front
playing.
row and said, give me the ball.
That's right. Timmy Cole played the whole game at hooker, which he's not going to be the normal hooker, but had to change because the half didn't turn up, and then the hooker goes to half, then you get a sub hooker. So
Yeah, it was a really good trial. It was really good. You got
Oh,
to
it's
try a few
fantastic.
fellas out, and it was very competitive.
yep,
And I think from a few of the supporters from around the CBRL that were there
yeah.
have learnt where not to run.
Yeah, I think it was a very exciting. We said 9s doesn't compare to 13s, but anyone watching from afar would have went, oh, well, Bigoton didn't win any games. They're coming into it, they're probably just going to get flogged all year now. But I think it opened up a few people's eyes going, holy shit.
Well, if we
They've
would have
got a
played
good
Wandai
team.
in a 9-a-side for 80 minutes, we'd lose by
Yeah.
60
Oh, yeah.
because we just don't have the speed. But
Yeah.
playing him an 80-minute game, we sort of got to get him into the middle, put him into a corner. We got to
Yeah.
manipulate the ball a
Yeah.
little bit more.
Yeah.
Our kicking game needs work. Like a lot of those fellas, you'll
Yeah.
talk to them and they say, "Oh, that's my first game in 5 years, first
Yeah.
game in 4 years." So
Yeah, that's right.
for what we had and the experience we had,
Yep.
I think it's a total win for Bigoton.
Yeah, so do
especially
I.
for the community. Everyone went back to the pub. Plenty
Yeah.
of money spent at the
Plenty
pub.
of money, yeah.
As you're aware.
Plenty of money at the pub, plenty of money at the bar. Canteen would have done very good. Gate fees would have done good. It's just a gold coin donation for walk-ins or $5 to bring your car in, which I think is great for a trial.
Yeah.
$5 for a car works out about $1 a person. But yeah, we got
We've
some
got some good content.
highlights, wrap-ups, mentions you got for Bigoton. We interviewed Bully and Damon.
Damon Bust, yes.
Damon, Bust and Bully. We'll flick to their interview now.
Here we are with two of the main players of Bigoton here. We've got Bully, Kyle, and we've got Damon Bust, the Bust man. And I've got a few questions for him. So how do you think we went, considering we had a pretty good preseason. How do you think the boys went today, faring in our first 13 aside?
You can't really complain about it, to be honest. Like, it is what it is. It's a trial match. So, like, I don't know, we had a couple shit calls there, but you got to play what you're given and keep going. The defence is good, attack's good. Give a couple games to get in line and match.
You played in the middle probably more minutes than anyone else. And you made a lot more meters than any other. How do you reckon we fared in the middle, and what do you reckon is going to come for the rest of the year?
Yeah, the middle was good, I think. I don't have much else, but fitness and communication will help. Less penalties, work off the back of it. Just have a dig.
Full credit to the boys. Who was at the middle.
Full credit to the boys. That's all I got.
Well, Damon seems to be the intellectual one, so.
Well, I'm a forward. I'm not meant to be smart. Don't ask me smart questions.
No, mate, you were pulling a few Carmichael Hunts out of your ass there, just picking not getting to the middle. So what do you reckon? How do you reckon our rucks went and our ruck speed, that sort of stuff? And what do we need to improve out wide?
Fitness.
Just fitness.
Just fitness. That's the only thing. No, when the play's on, we're not there. So it's, but you call for the wall. I mean, we haven't had that many team runs either. Like, we had one team run yesterday, and some of them still didn't play today. So we did good for today, I reckon.
Yeah. Right. Well, you heard it here first from the fullback that we need to get fitter and do more running.
Yeah. Hey, well, we are for the forwards, by the forwards, so let's just explain why we've got a back on this week.
Well, the only reason we brought Busty in, because every time he caught one on the full, 12 people would be saying, get to the middle, Bust, and he'd just stare one dead in the eye and go head first. So we went, you know what, this could play prop if he was 40 kilos heavier. So we're getting him on the show.
Yeah.
No around, eh? Cheers, boys.
Thanks for that.
It's a round one, we're going to rip in.
As you can hear in the back of that video that you've just watched, we've got our number one supporter, Bailey Kimber. He just loved it. If he could have $1 every time he yelled at Bush Boppers, he would have been rich last night.
Yeah, so, he's changed his tune, Kimber. Usually he's really hated everybody, but I think he's trying to make friends so that we're not too mean on him in the middle.
I think he loves the camera time.
Oh, he's a media man. He's a media man. He's biting at the bit for us to get out there and get the flash on him.
I can't wait to go to that Mandubra session.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be so good. And there was a few Gaynor fellas there. They loved it too. There was a few bush boppers from Gaynor there.
Bushes from Gaynor. I think they were trying to get a little preview tape in so they can get a little bit of favouritism when we head there on the 3rd of April. So that leads us into that. They were all talking about it last night. Keen to do it. Keen to get around it. And I think just because we're not serious. We did get spotted. There was a fella in the crowd when I was standing there with the phone. It must have been after we did the interview, I think.
Yes, it was.
And he's going, Bush Bops, is that you guys? And we're going, yes, that's me. And he's like, we love it. We get it up on the TV. And
our first bit of recognition, it was surreal.
I think people like it just because it's not serious.
Yeah, well, it's just
if we fuck something up, tell us. Like, we're not claiming that we know everything.
There's no political correctness here. It's
we're just
very jabs.
Trying to get the word out, trying to get some promotion in the central Burnett and the northern districts where it's not really promoted at all. So, yeah, thanks, Kimber, for all your support and the boys with you. Bloody love it.
Yeah, it was great. And speaking of people biting at the bit, Gaynor trip coming up. Heading up to Gaynor for a Thursday night soon.
Yep. Boys were keen last night. That young fella said he's keen to get on. Then we found out he's a second rower, which to me they're glorified centres.
Very borderline, but they made the argument they're hookers.
Yeah,
hookers are borderline forwards as well. So
at least hookers are in the front line of a scrum.
They're not glorified centres.
No, that's right.
They're just centres that gain a bit of weight when they're
yeah. So yeah, that Gaynor trip will be good.
We got the date locked in for that?
April 3rd.
April 3rd. That's just around the corner too.
Yeah, and I think your round one's the 12th. So they'll be wanting to get in the week before the round one. So that'll be good. We are definitely going to Mandubra a couple of weeks after that. We haven't got a date. Yeah, we're going to go there either Citrus Cup or McDonald Shield.
Yeah, they've
because before round one, Oh, not round one. We'll probably do a Bigoton wrap because they're hosting Anzac round. First home game for Bigoton this year is Anzac, so it's 26th of April, so we'll go there the Friday night. No, we won't, because Anzac Day is the Friday. It'll be the Wandai races.
We'll be at the races.
There won't be any.
There won't be any content. We might have to go Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday and do a wrap before then. Yeah, because we didn't do any canteen reviews of that. We're going to leave all of our canteen and bar reviews till the season starts.
Because they're still in pre-season, the canteen ladies. That was their first hit out.
Yeah.
So, they know what to improve on as well. They've got to show the ball a little bit more.
Bar needs more rum.
Yeah.
But it's
great that the bar ran out of piss.
Yes,
that is always a good sign.
I think it's been a really good day for them yesterday.
Oh, it was huge for them. Everyone loved it. Especially for one game.
Yeah, that's what I said. So this is only one, and it's a trial.
Wait till there's a doubleheader.
Doubleheader plus juniors. You get the junior parents sticking around.
That's when we'll get the canteen review when the girls are flat out.
Mm-hmm.
Get some hot chippies at the end of the day, see if they keep their standard up.
Yeah.
And then, speaking of being on the road and doing content.
And keen.
Calliope are also keen.
Calliope, if you're on our page, they commented on our part 1 and part 2 yesterday, saying the boys are training the house down, been watching the show, when he is coming. So they're still yet to send back their questions, or we sent them blanket questions. So we said, we're keen to come up, send your questions in so we can get an insight, talk about yours, and then follow up with coming to visit them. So we said the visits will be in season. We don't want to get all the film done now and then we're redoing stuff throughout the season. We're watching the same shit.
We'll let you fellas get prepared, that you get your questions in.
We probably want to talk to everyone once a different club every week when the season's on. And then, obviously, when final starts, do a bit of sporadic stuff.
And these are some big trips. Getting into Calliope, and I'm sure Monto will be biting it a bit shortly.
Yeah.
Especially the second we get to Gayndah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Or they'll be off us and not want to speak to us again. It's either or. Yeah.
Right. Well, we butted up Monto a bit by interviewing old Reese boy at
old Reese.
The Nines. So.
He's trying to butt heads with me a bit.
Yeah, we butted up Monto, so they'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm keen for the first game against Monto.
But yeah, so I think Gayndah will be our first visit once the season starts, and then we'll try and go, because we've got to do Central Burnett and Northern District. So I'll try and work it out.
Yeah, we'll be back and forth.
As it goes, yep. Thursday nights might be some few late night Thursday nights, but
yep.
Hey, that's what comes with the territory.
Get a room get a room in town somewhere if it's too far away.
Get a room at the Zinkaloon bar that doesn't have rooms, but beach house.
Yeah, you fall asleep on the golf course. They won't find it until tomorrow. It's the same thing.
No, that was good. Happy with that. So this one's just a short one. We just had to jump on and wrap up the trial before it's a week before we're talking about it. But all in all, very successful, very proud of the club. Lots of smiles after the game yesterday. Trish, Maddie Curtis, all those volunteers. We obviously we stayed around a while at the bar, and then by the time we got to the pub, Matt and Trish and them didn't get there till late. Like, I think it was about after 10.
They were very happy when they turned up to be at the pub and be finished with the day.
Yeah, which is good though, because they've packed everything up and they said, we're done. We're not having to go back today. So that's probably the way to do it. But yeah, so they worked their asses off yesterday. I think just rewards. I take it as a win. Disappointing to not get the win, but I'd take it as a club win. Win for the club, the community, the team itself. They're going to be a great addition into the Central Burnett Rugby League comp. I think having, Bailey and the Gayndah boys and everyone there sort of went, holy shit, these fellas can play. Which I think is a positive, because it's just going to make the comp more competitive and get more interest around the comp, more players for your battalion team.
I don't see us getting taken lightly now.
No.
The word will get out very quickly.
But it's the same with everyone. Mandubra played very good at the Nines. Monto played very good. Gayndah obviously won it. And we're yet to see old Eidsvold yet, whom are always a dark horse and are a very talented team. I think the comp is going to be very competitive, which will only be a very competitive battalion team.
We'll be able to get a really good look at Mandubra next week when you head up to Childers for their first trial.
Yep, so another trial. Yep, Childers.
Might be able to do a little bit of a comparison on the
Childers Mandubra trial's been moved from yesterday to next Saturday, so that fills up a day for us.
The boys are done with cricket.
Mm-hmm. Cricket. Speaking of cricket haters, Timmy Cole. How good did he play yesterday? I say it as if I'm surprised. He's a great little player. Fuck, he played good. 80 minutes at hooker.
Well, we had 8 props. His job was pretty easy. Pass it to someone that's running onto it.
Yeah. No, he played good. He always rips in. So he'll be a good little addition having his permit. I know he said he won't be able to play for Childers all the time because he also coaches juniors, which clash because NDRL are Sundays, so are BRL juniors. So he'll get a few games for Bigoton, hopefully enough to qualify for finals. If that's what it comes to, he'll be another little option come finals time. So
Well, he definitely loved it. He didn't. Usually when he plays
Yeah.
for ISIS, he's got to do 30 tackles and he loves getting around the legs. But yesterday, there wasn't any time for legs tackles. There was men on their back. There was hard contacts. It was majoritively one-on-ones.
Yeah.
There was a lot of noise. There was a lot of noise yesterday.
Can I say how physical it was?
You can.
Physically,
We
from
can
a-
say it 5 times, but I've said it enough.
From a forwards game, it was fucking tough. Like the slaps and the tackles. There were so many individual tackles where you're like both ways from Wandai and Bigoton. You're like, fucking hell, is he going to get up? And
It was.
to their credit, everyone got up. I don't think anyone had to be carried off or the game majorly stopped. Or,
Except for Prez, except
Oh,
for the
yeah.
Wandai Prez,
Yeah.
had one hit up and couldn't handle a 40-year-old getting on him.
yeah, poor old Presidente Marty Holding got caught between Matty Curtis and a big dog here and nearly killed him. So
Yeah, that's 2 people you don't want to be caught in a sandwich with.
yeah. So yeah, happy with that. Looking forward to the Childers trial. Looking forward to hearing from Eidsvold's questions, Calliope's questions,
Hopefully
answers.
Hopefully they're in by next week for our episode next Friday.
Yep.
Hopefully we film it on Friday this time.
Yeah, the aim is to keep Friday for previews, Sunday for reviews. So
Perfect.
preview.
Except for when we're playing on a Sunday, then it's going to be Monday.
That's right. All right, cool.
Yeah, that was episode 5 of the Sunday newsletter. Done and dusted. See you next week.